back, everyone, to a new episode of Running Down the Sidelines. Right out of the gates here, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel out. And give the episode a thumbs up. And if you want to be featured on a future episode of Running Down the Sidelines, leave a comment down below on your opinion on today's topic, which today's topic is Red Sox in trouble. And yes, they are, it's funny. As of an hour ago, all right, so it's Wednesday and I'm filming this bad boy. As of an hour ago, it's been tweeted out, Red Sox are in heavy discussions with star shortstop Xander Bogaerts. Now, because earlier this week, the Sox were apparently out of the running for shortstop Xander Bogaerts to re-sign in Boston. But apparently, as of an hour ago, they may be back in the running for him. They need to sign him to a long-term deal. They're going to have to shell out money this year, not only this year, but probably next year as well. And we're going to get to their free agent market here as we get going. But the notable Red Sox free agents, JD Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, hopefully they're able to re-sign Xander Bogaerts to a big deal. Nathan Eovaldi, who they have an offer out to. I believe it's 1 year, $10 million, I believe is the contract offer out to Eovaldi. Michael Wacha, who apparently the Sox are not re-signing, which we're going to dig into that in a little bit. And then Rich Hill and Raphael Devers. It is important to know Raphael Devers is signed through next season, but that is the final year of his contract, and they're going to have to spend a lot of money on Devers as well if they wish to retain him. So in order to kind of go through the list here, I just want to spew out some stats at you. All right, starting with JD Martinez. He played in 139 games this past season and batted .274 with 16 home runs and 62 RBIs. That is not a significant impact as far as offensive production for the Red Sox. I got to be honest, I don't believe they're going to re-sign him. In my personal opinion, they shouldn't re-sign him. I think they can pick up other offensive threats, probably at a little bit cheaper of a price, and also hopefully a little younger than JD Martinez. Next up is Nathan Eovaldi, who had 20 starts this year, pitched almost 110 innings, 103 Ks. The problem with him is that, again, just me, every time I flipped on a game, he would be letting up a home run. He let up 21 home runs this year, which is second most in his career, and he had a 6-3 record with a 3.87 ERA. All right, I don't know why. We're going to get into the pitching situation here in about a minute or two, so I'll circle back to that. Next up is Michael Wacha. Here we go. 23 starts this year, 104 strikeouts, 18 home runs he gave up, and 127 innings pitched. He finished with an 11-2 record with a 3.32 ERA. In my personal opinion, they should re-sign Wacha, even though publicly they've already said they're not going to. They should re-sign Wacha. They shouldn't re-sign Eovaldi. Wacha was clutch. He was lights out coming down the stretch, even though the Sox were well out of a playoff spot. He pitched great, and I think he's going to be a little bit better of a talent than Eovaldi is. I'm hoping they can kind of flip those positions there and let Eovaldi go and re-sign Wacha, and I'll get more to that later. Rich Hill, I'm not even going to go through his stats. I think it goes without saying it's time for the Sox to move on. He's also 105 years old. Also trying to stay underneath the luxury tax. They're not going to be able to do that. Hopefully extend Devers either some point during the next season, or they can possibly wait and roll the dice towards the end of the season where Devers, he may end up on the free agent market. He's going to produce top dollar for his services. I wouldn't bother re-signing JD Martinez. He just wasn't that big of an offensive threat this past season. His game's a little bit in decline. And just to circle back to the pitching situation, don't sign Rich Hill. He's 105. They should re-sign Michael Wacha and kind of let Eovaldi walk. If you can get both of them, you probably can. Neither one is going to be, crazy money. But personal opinion, re-sign Michael Wacha. Doesn't need to be up to a 5-6 year deal. Re-sign to a 2 or 3 year deal, and they don't need to re-sign him with a 5+ year deal. Sign him to a 3 year deal, And I do believe if the Sox did want to ever move Michael Wacha, if they were able to re-sign him, or if Wacha was even interested, or vice versa, while the Sox were interested, which apparently they're not, you could sign him to like a 2-3 year deal, and I do believe he would have some value on the trade market if the Sox wanted to get rid of him and just move him. Well, that's for younger talent, a different veteran. Maybe he's not having a great year, but that gives them options. It gives them trade capital there, a little bit more to deal with. The Sox are in trouble. Do you think the Red Sox are in trouble if they can't re-sign Xander Bogaerts, or if they can't extend Raphael Devers? Let me know down below. Do you think? Another question is: do you think the Sox are in just that inevitable? They could be in a 5-year rebuilding period. Let me know down below. But again, let me know what your thoughts are on the Red Sox situation, if they're in trouble, whether they'll be fine, or if they're just going to stay mediocre, which is what they were this past year. Let me know down below. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to smash that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. Also, like I said, comment down below to be featured on an upcoming episode of Running Down the Sidelines.